Hi everyone, it's Janie here with another Friday update. As usual, I'm really pleased it's Friday and I'm looking forward to a nice weekend ahead of me, and I hope you are too, wherever you are. This month's newsletter, the September one, is a pretty big one. There's quite a lot in there, so if you've got the newsletter and it's landed in your inbox, then you might want to make sure you've got a cup of tea and a couple of biscuits just to get you through. When Gemma, Sarah and I sat and chatted about what we wanted the newsletter to include this month, we decided we would look at the fashion trends for autumn winter. So we've put quite a lot of work into that and done a couple of things about that. It's quite an interesting one actually, because there's quite a lot of trends that as we seem to be on the edge of going back into lockdown, hopefully we're not, but if we are, there's a couple of trends that obviously will not happen. There's quite a few trends for evening wear and stuff like that, but there are big trends for leisure wear, funnily enough, because we're all going to be sat on our settees for the next, I don't know how long. Anyway, sorry, that's a bit of doom and gloom. I don't mean to be like that, but if we are going to go into lockdown, at least we'll be very smart when we're sat on our settees and lounging around at home. Sarah's looked at the fashion trends for autumn winter and I've looked at the colour trends, and there's lots of really lovely bright colours coming through, so that's exciting for me. I have filmed a little technique video that was as a result of us asking you what you would like to know about. I'll talk about that in a second, but one of the questions that came up a couple of times was in regards to colour. It was how I choose my colour palettes and how I go about starting a design. So I've included that in the newsletter too, a short piece about how I choose colours, so I hope that will be inspiring for you, or you find something within that you find helpful. So just going back to the Q&A thing, what we decided last month was that every month we would ask you if there was anything in particular that you found difficult about your crochet. It can be a knit question as well, you know, but I'm not massively brilliant at knitting anymore. Some of that seems to have gone from my memory, so actually I sat down to knit last year one time, and I'd gone and got myself just one needle because I'm so used to crocheting, and sat down on the settee and realised that I actually needed two. So maybe not ask me a knitting related question, maybe ask me a crochet one. Anyway, I diverse. So what the big question was that came out of last month's Q&A is in regards to joining and how you get a really nice neat join when you're putting blocks together. Quite a lot of people were worried about the area where the four blocks meet, so I've done a little video that you can find on my YouTube channel now about joining blocks. Here's my little sample that I did, so you could have a look at that as well if you want to. And if you've got any questions going into next month, then please email them to us. If you haven't had a look already, you can go onto the Knit and Crochet Guild's YouTube channel as well and see my keynote speech that I filmed last week. It's about my career really, but also there's a brief history of crochet in there as well, which you might find interesting. Because of doing those videos last week for the Knit and Crochet Guild, I spent the week trying to improve my video skills, and I even learned how to put images into films, and I'm going to put one just here actually to show you what I've learned over the last week. I think it's quite interesting, isn't it, all these little things that we've all had to learn as a result of lockdown. Filming is one of them for me that I've found quite difficult. I do it all on my own, and it's had its challenges, but it's still not great, but I can do things that I didn't used to be able to do, and I'm sure lockdown has meant that a lot of us are doing things we're not used to. So we're talking about in the newsletter we talk about the Q&A, we talk about the trends. I've done another quick update about the cushions, the Melsetter and Kelmscott cushions. The patterns for these are now live on my website. You can download them for free or give me a little donation for them, or you can get a paper pattern, and you can find all that information on the website. I've got a couple of cushions here that are imminent. These will come out within the next month or so. This is a knitted project that I did when I did a workshop in Ireland last year, and I've done a nice red version for Christmas. So I'm beginning to think about Christmassy things, which is mad in September, but kind of do need to start thinking about that. So those are there to sort of tempt you for later on in the year. I just have a quick thing to say about yarn. I think I've mentioned it in a few newsletters. There is a global shortage of yarn because you've all been so busy getting on with your projects during lockdown. The result of that is that on both my website and Andy's Just Knots website, a lot of our kits are out of stock. And looking at the way yarn is coming through over the next couple of months and looking at the sort of projected yarn deliveries, things are going to start going out of stock quite soon. So if you are after some yarn, if you want to get a kit, it's worth having a little look pretty quickly. Having said that, what Stylecraft have done in regards to the new colourway of the Fruit Garden cowl is they have put an allocation of yarn to one side for that. So as soon as we have the kits for that, which hopefully will be in the next couple of weeks, we'll put those online for you, and you can have a bun fight over getting some of those. In terms of postage, everything is running pretty smoothly. The only area we're having quite slow postage times to, there's a couple, but one of them is Canada. That's taking a little bit longer than usual. So if you are in Canada and you want to grab yourself a kit or some yarn, or even hooks and needles and things from Andy's Just Knots site, it's worth kind of getting on there and having a look. I think that's it for me. Don't forget you can go on and download my catalogue if you want one. If you want one sent in the post, then you can do that. You can go on the website, pop one in your basket with other things if you want to, and it'll be sent to you for free. If you just want a catalogue, then you just have to cover the postage on that. I think that's it for me. I hope you enjoy this month's newsletter. Gemma and Sarah very kindly spent some time on it as well. I hope there's things in there that you'll enjoy, and I hope you're all keeping safe and well, and I look forward to seeing you back here next month or on my YouTube channel for other videos over the next few weeks. And that's it. I'll see you soon.